There's been this surge of different kinds of basils that we can grow in our garden. And folks grow them in a lot of different ways, directly in the garden, in containers on the edge of the patio. What are some of the basils we have here? And what's one of those little tricks we can share that allows a gardener to have a very nice plant growing in a pot?
As you can see there, we have a variety of basil, and basil is extremely easy from seed. So if a person wants to go to the garden center or do mail order catalog seed buying, they can get basils from the typical sweet basil, which we have right here, purple basil, lemon, which has kind of a lemony fragrance and taste. There's cinnamon basil over here, and then one up here called boxwood, which is a real tight, small leaf basil, which almost looks like a boxwood plant. And the trick to getting a really nice pot full of basil is when you sow the seed. Not one seed per container, but multiple sowings. There's probably about, I bet you, a dozen or more seedlings in this one little plug. Now, this commercial grower will not take and separate these out. He'll plant the whole plug in probably a 6-inch pot. And now what we're going to have here is this extremely full plant of basil. And if you're putting this in a larger tub, you might put in 3 or 4 of these individual plugs to get this large tub of container of basil. So try that.
All right. Now, I also think that if you do what you're suggesting when you go to harvest the basil for cooking, the plant doesn't look devastated because there's so many of them.
Exactly. And when you're out there harvesting this thing for cooking, obviously what you're going to do is you're going to pick off some of the more tender leaves. And what this is going to cause the plant to do is kind of bush and break out.
Okay.
And the other thing about sowing basil for containers especially, maybe you want to stagger your sowings every maybe 3 or 4 weeks, make a fresh sowing so that you have always fresh basil coming on.
Excellent ideas. Thanks, Greg.